Ladies and gentlemen, today I will speak about one of history's most infamous figures, Adolf Hitler, a man whose actions left the world scarred forever. Adolf Hitler was born on the 20th of April, 1889, in Braunau am Inn, Austria. As a young boy, he dreamed of becoming an artist, but his ambitions were crushed when he was rejected twice by the Academy of Fine Arts in Vienna. During his years in Vienna, he was exposed to ideas of extreme nationalism and anti-Semitism, which would later shape his destructive ideology. In 1913, he moved to Munich, Germany, and a year later, when the First World War broke out, he joined the German army. He fought bravely, earning the Iron Cross, but Germany's defeat in 1918 left him humiliated and resentful. After the war, Hitler turned to politics. In 1919, he joined the German Workers' Party, which he transformed into the Nazi Party. Hitler was a powerful speaker, convincing many Germans that Jews and communists were to blame for their suffering. In 1923, he led a failed uprising known as the Beer Hall Putsch. He was imprisoned, and during this time he wrote his book Mein Kampf, outlining his ideas of racial superiority and his vision of expanding Germany's territory. By the early 1930s, as Germany suffered from economic crisis and unemployment, Hitler's message of hope and national pride gained massive support. On the 30th of January 1933, he was appointed Chancellor of Germany, and soon he established a dictatorship. Once in power, Hitler wasted no time in reshaping Germany. Political opponents were silenced, concentration camps were built, and Jews were stripped of their rights. Through laws like the Nuremberg Laws of 1935, he rebuilt the military, violating the Treaty of Versailles, and began to expand German territory, occupying the Rhineland in 1936, annexing Austria in 1938, and seizing Czechoslovakia. Finally, in September 1939, Hitler invaded Poland, sparking World War II. At first, Germany seemed unstoppable. Hitler's armies swept across Europe, conquering Poland, France, and much of the continent. But behind these military victories was a horrifying plan, the Holocaust. From 1941, Hitler and the Nazis carried out the systematic extermination of 6 million Jews, along with millions of others, including Roma, disabled people, and political opponents. Meanwhile, Hitler made his greatest mistake in 1941, when he launched Operation Barbarossa, invading the Soviet Union. The campaign failed, and Germany began to lose ground. By 1944, Allied forces landed in Normandy, France, pushing the Nazis back. By early 1945, Germany was collapsing. Soviet forces closed in on Berlin, and Hitler retreated to his underground bunker. On the 29th of April 1945, he married his longtime companion, Eva Braun, but the very next day, the 30th of April 1945, Adolf Hitler ended his life, knowing that defeat was certain. Just days later, Germany surrendered, and the war in Europe was over. Ladies and gentlemen, Adolf Hitler's life is remembered not for greatness, but for destruction. His rule brought about the death of tens of millions, the devastation of nations, and the darkest crime in human history, the Holocaust. His legacy stands as a warning to us all that hatred, unchecked power, and blind obedience can lead to unimaginable tragedy.